Good morning, everyone. Well, a cold front has stalled out in west central Nebraska. And while the front is stalled out, not much is going to be going on. But it is going to start moving again. And when it does so, we are going to see the storm chance coming back. And unfortunately, small chance that a couple storms could be severe. So let's get right to your hour by hour forecast. 8 a.m. this morning, I do have to mention that there are going to be some isolated showers around this morning through the early afternoon, but there's not going to be much. Most of us are going to have a dry morning commute, but there's a few showers showing up in places like North Platte, Broken Bow, North Fork, Columbus. In that area, I think we do have a rain chance through the early afternoon. But far to the south and east and north and west, not going to happen because you're too far away from where that front is stalled out. Notice, here we are at lunchtime, and it's still the same story. Just some very isolated showers, most dry. When things start to get interesting is going to be about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Before we talk about the storms, let's talk about temperatures and wind. You can see where the front has made it because look where high temperatures are only going to be in the 80s today. Scottsbluff, Oshkosh, Mullen, anywhere where you're seeing those high temperatures in the 80s, there is a chance of showers and storms this afternoon and this evening, but not severe storms. Everywhere where you're seeing those high temperatures in the 90s, no, the front has not arrived yet, and so any storms that pop up could be severe. Now, the hottest temperatures are actually looking like the far eastern parts. Look at those mid-90s, Lincoln, Beatrice, Omaha, and today it's going to be humid. So I actually think it's going to be feeling like the upper 90s late this afternoon. Also, still a lot of wind in eastern Nebraska. Lincoln, Omaha looking windy, gusts 30, 35 miles per hour. Where you're closer to that stalled front, we're just going to call it breezy for places like Kearney, Grand Island, Broken Bow, North Platte. But on the cool side of the front, actually not much wind over in the Panhandle today, where it was quite windy yesterday. Not going to be that case today. So we're going to see that front starting to, again, slowly move to the south and east. So 4 o'clock, notice isolated showers and storms popping up. And see that dark shade of red? Already the opportunity for a severe storm. Let's jump ahead a little bit farther in time to 7 o'clock and still talking about isolated activity at this point. So late afternoon, we're not talking about widespread showers and storms, still isolated. The problem is because those temperatures are so hot and the humidity high, it's actually during the late afternoon, early evening that probably is our best chance of seeing severe storms. But actually our best chance of showers and storms in general is going to be later in the evening. However, as we get later in the evening, our temperatures are going to be cooling, so the chance for severe storms will be decreasing. Now, I still want to keep the chance in there at 10 o'clock, and I do think it's in that 10, 11 o'clock midnight time period, which is actually going to be the best chance of rain for places like Lincoln and Omaha. The good thing is our temperatures will be coming down, so though the chance for showers and thunderstorms is good and the chance for heavy rain and lightning is pretty high, the chance for damaging wind and hail will be decreasing. And I do think that by 1 a.m., the atmosphere will be stable enough. We're not going to be concerned about any more damaging wind and hail. However, notice still a good chance of rain, including a chance for thunderstorms across southeastern Nebraska. The severe threat will be over. So the chance of severe storms is everywhere where we haven't seen the cold front yet. So North Platte, Kearney, Grand Island, York, Columbus, Omaha, Lincoln. Now, it is just the marginal risk, level 1 out of 5. I know we've had that a lot this season, but as a reminder, when we're under a marginal risk, what's most likely is just regular thunderstorms, heavy rain, and lightning. But there probably will be a couple of storms today that produce wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. And there's a chance for everyone, but I will say, I'm thinking that the greatest threat is going to be through the early evening hours. And as we get later and later in the night, the chance going to get smaller and smaller and going completely away by 1 a.m. So a little bit more concerned about Kearney and Grand Island than Lincoln and Omaha, but we guess we've got to mention the chance. Lincoln and Omaha. The front actually looks like it's going to stall out again in southeastern Nebraska temporarily tomorrow. So isolated showers, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for the central part of the state, but still talking about scattered showers, pretty good chance of rain, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Omaha for that morning commute, but not over in the Panhandle. Now, what about as we get into the early afternoon? At this point, we're just going to call for isolated showers southeastern part of the state because the front's starting to move again. I think it's going to be dry in central and western Nebraska. I notice a lot of sunshine over in western Nebraska as well. But wait a minute, we're not done with the rain chance in the western part of the state just yet. Just as those showers start to leave the southeastern part of the state, we're actually going to see a cold front exiting our area, but a warm front's going to be approaching the western part of the state. So new showers and storms are going to start popping up in the late afternoon. I'm not concerned about severe storms for tomorrow, though. Look at temperatures tomorrow. So actually it might end up being a little bit warmer in the panhandle just because there's going to be more sun. But certainly for the central and eastern part of the state, we're talking about a lot cooler temperatures. Probably in the central part of the state, mostly mid-80s. But because of all the cloud cover and some rain in eastern Nebraska, probably looking at high temperatures in low 80s with lower humidity as well. And nowhere tomorrow is there going to be much wind. Light winds expected. Friday evening dinner plans. I think we're good in the southeastern half of the state. I think it's going to be dry, but I do have to mention the chance for isolated showers and, yes, thunderstorms if you're in the northwestern part of the state.